Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic. Today, Christmas Eve, guys. Merry Christmas Eve. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful time with your family, wherever you are. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you have all your plans laid out, and I hope that the stress of trading cryptocurrency is not causing you undue anxiety or panic at this point in time, guys. All right, I just want to check in with the chat. I want to say thank you to everybody deciding to join me today on Christmas Eve, as I've said. You guys are fantastic and awesome. I really appreciate the support. All right, guys. Good morning to Jürgen Ernst, Jay Constant. What's going on? MT Coiner, Mr. Decipher X. What's going on? And as always, Scott moderating in the channel. Mastash, how we doing, brother? All right, guys, let's get into it. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about today. Obviously, the market's very, very interesting. A lot of pretty volatile movements starting last night and carrying on into today. Things are kind of settling out right now at the current point in time, but I am kind of expecting an exciting day. So let's go check in with what's going on. All right. Let me get everything up here. Sorry, guys. I think that's just how I want it. Excellent. Awesome. Okay, cool. Fantastic. All right, guys. First things first, I do want to check in with the Kraken Cryptocurrency Trading Group. Let me see if I can't zoom in here a little bit, see if that is looking okay. Okay, cool. Excellent. So things are going swimmingly over in the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. I want to give a big thank you to all the traders that are contributing to these signals as well. Scott, myself, Alex, several others that are coming on board in the next few days. So they've been working their butts off, man, and performing just swimmingly. All right, so week 4 already starting off with a bang. We're already up 97.66% P&L on our active trades. I do want to scroll down here just a little bit, and you can see right here. So here's our open calls. I won't share that out of respect and privacy to all the all the signals generated by our team that we work really hard to present. But currently calls about up 57.41%. That's active calls. So let me go ahead and actually refresh that, so you guys don't think that this is fabricated. I have to actually do it over here because I'm not logged in on this one because this is the streamer account. All right, so let me refresh that here. And then I can come over here and refresh the page. All right, cool. That's what I wanted to see. There's week 2, week 3. Go away, you bubble. You guys have a lot of patience. All right, 57.55%. So actually looking a little better in the last 15 minutes since I updated this chart. Okay, so everything looking really good. Of course, guys, if you guys want any information on joining the premium trading group, the information is in the description down below and on our website as always. All right, let's get into it. Let's go over to... Got to keep the chat up because everybody's been complaining at me that I have to keep up with the chat, man. Let's see here. Nitin Soki, hey, good morning to you. Carl Pajiev, Eric Leal, how we doing, man? Daniel, 2 weeks rather than a hodler. LOL, thank you. Hey, you're welcome, man. I'm glad that you are seeing. I'm glad that you're having success, man. I'm glad that everything's working out well for you. Fifth Ronan, hey, what's going on, my friend? And Jay Constant, let's see. Let's wait what Asia is going to do tonight. Well, you know, that's typically my line that I do say on Sundays. That's typically what I do say on Sundays because Sunday evening we have the CME markets open up, so we can actually see what the institutional traders are doing in America, and we can also see what the Asian markets are going to do. Typically, that's not what I'm going to say on Christmas Eve. Yes, I think that is actually relevant. Well, actually, let's take that into context of what today is. So, we are coming up upon a 2 to 3 day American holiday. Obviously, most people are already out of vacation. Hey, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. I couldn't quite see who you were. I apologize. I do have different screens open up. Pulling it up right now. Ajay, hey, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. Highly appreciated. Welcome to the family, man. And let me pull open that pop-up chat. Let's see here. So yes, I think that is actually a good point. Let me take that back. That is a good point. The reason being is because a lot of Americans are going to be out of work, are going to be taking it easy, not going to be actively trading, except for those of us diehard traders, those of us who breathe and live this on a daily basis. So yes, that would be interesting to see what they are going to be doing. We already saw what they wanted to do yesterday, though. So last night we saw a pretty impressive pump from the Asian markets because they do start actively trading around the evening time. For Americans, that's typically their morning. For those of you who kind of rise and shine early over there in the land of the rising sun, and we've already seen what they wanted to do. They wanted to pump the price up. So. And now we do see interest from the more eastern time zones. They do want to take advantage of this and push price down. I am seeing that a lot of people are actually short. So one of the most common things that I'm seeing right now that other traders are doing is that they're taking perpetual swap shorts and they're hedging with June or March contract longs. So I think that's obviously that is a very intelligent way to go about handling your risk at this very uncertain time in the markets, guys. If you guys are unfamiliar with hedging, I do highly recommend that you do that with almost all of your trades. For example, if you're going to be going long on Ethereum, consider going short on the ETH H19 contract. And there's many tools out there, and I can go over at some point in time. I do go over it in the members lounge, how to actually calculate that. And how to do it the appropriate way, because that is what professional funds do. That is what professional asset managers do. They will both go long and short simultaneously, and they will reduce or add to the position that becomes profitable for them, because their main idea at this point in the market, since we have not entered into a bull market yet, and since we don't have any confirmation that we are technically out of the woods yet on the bear market, there's no strong indication of that yet. Things do look positive for a sustained rally at this point in time. We don't have really any indications that that's going to cancel out. Dropping $100 in 10 minutes does not say that the rally's canceled to me. We do need to see confirmation. We do need to see sustained exiting of positions. And there's a lot of dry powder left for the longs and the shorts to push price whichever way they want to go. So I do think that hedging at this particular point in time is going to be probably in your best interest. Again, multiple ways to go about doing that. If, for example, you are looking to go long, as I said, on the XBT perpetual swap contract, or, you can do this on Deribit. You can go both long and short. I know there are other exchanges where you can also go both long and short. Now, let's see here. Willie Grow, Merry Christmas to you. Daniel, good morning, man. Jay Constant says the stock market's open for a couple hours and it dumped hard. Satoshi Nakamoto, hello. Cryptopians, hello to you, my friend. Of course, you can short on BitMEX, you can short on Deribit, you can short on Some of these other exchanges where you can do leverage trading, Bitfinex, obviously, you can go short on. Kraken offers margin trading. But yeah, you're not going to be able to do it on something like Binance. So let's take a look at our coinfarm.online metrics, just looking at the aggression of the longs and the shorts. We don't actually see the shorts being aggressive right now, so this is not a strong indication to me that we are going to be entering into any kind of sustained downturn at this point in time. I don't see indications that the rally is going to be over yet at this point in time. We do have longs at about 51.47%, shorts at about 48.53%. So actually longs are being more aggressive right now at this point in time, attempting to buy up this dip. Interesting, let's see significant trades in the last 30 minutes. Again, superiority to the longs with 7.374 million more aggressive market orders than the shorts. If we take a look down here and see where the shorts and longs are positioned, we do see that we have a lot of shorts underwater, a lot of shorts entering around that $4,000 area, and a lot of individuals going long around that same point in time. So the longs are in nice profit, and it seemed that they have much more dry powder to add to their positions. We'll take a look at that when we do actually go look over at the Bitfinex longs and shorts ratios. And we do see that shorts are underwater as well. So in a situation where they could potentially be feeling a lot of pressure and looking to potentially cover their positions, depending on the size of their positions and the type of trader that they are. All right, let's take a look over at VC depth, or excuse me, actually VC health. And let's refresh the page and let's take a look at the market depth ratio. Also volatility. We see that volatility is quite nice and healthy. We did have a big spike in volatility over December 24th. After a kind of lax day on December 22nd, volatility is quite nice and high, so an exciting, good time to be trading. If we do take a look at volume, let's actually take shields down for this page so we can see things a little clearer. Never had that issue before. On my page, I don't really understand why the volume is so low, but whatever, we'll move on. We do see that actually volume is nice, but it is below the moving average for the volume across all major exchanges. So kind of medium, even though we do see high volatility movements as indicated here by our volatility index. Looking at historical market depth, looking at the last 7 days, we actually do see that the bulls and the bears are still kind of struggling it out. Looking at now this is going to be looking at limit orders on all your major exchanges. So we are looking to be quite bullish when we do see something like this, as we see here for December 21st. We do see that the bids rise dramatically above the asks, and then we kind of see them kind of collapse back down, and now they're just kind of working their way out. So what that says to me is that at a certain point in time around December 21st, we had a massive amount of buying, or a massive amount of interest in buying, at least as indicated by this indicator, and that is kind of leveled off and toppled off. All right, so that's going to be it for our data metrics on that. Obviously, we see that volume, according to the health metric status, volume is healthy, liquidity is healthy, and obviously Bitcoin still having the top dominance with the highest market cap. All right, let's go take a look at trading sentiment. Actually, let's look at, no, not the open interest report. I did want to look at trading sentiment. And then we'll take a closer look at the longs and the shorts here in just a minute after we do price analysis. So yes, we do have shorts significantly underwater, almost the highest level that they've been underwater. So currently bear income is currently sitting at about negative $3.165 million. So currently all net short positions are currently underwater on an average of about $3.165 million. Bulls in quite nice profit at about $2.73 million. Don't see any signs or indications of that stopping out. We don't have a lot of new overall. We don't have a lot of new longs and shorts entering into the marketplace. People taking advantage of people using this pump in price to kind of deleverage their longs actually, and we do see a slight increase in the shorts honestly. All right, let's see here. Jay Constant says, let's all go long until 5K. Tony Kushfido checking in. Hey, what's going on, man? Ben Joseph, hey, good morning to you, man. Don't be scared, man. Come on, dude. You got all that money, bro. Come on. Never be scared. Ninsoki, I think it is also the people may have cash from the holiday period, so they are buying Bitcoin, and this is also impacting the price. Yes, I do think that is a good thing to point out. Gotta watch crypto. Hey, good morning to you, man. Yes, I am on YouTube. You should know that. You gave me a super chat the other day, my good friend, Mr. Ether. How you doing, man? Yes, YouTube at Cracking Crypto. All right, so all that looks nice and exciting. So let's do a breakdown of that. So looking at our BitMEX aggressives, longs, and shorts, we don't see any indication that the longs are getting overly aggressive. Obviously, the longs are in the dominance right now. We do have more significant aggressive market buying from the longs. That is a positive side to the upside. Looking at our VC health, we don't see any strong indications of we don't see any strong indications that we would want to necessarily be bullish or bearish just based off this particular data metric. We do see that volatility is nice, so this is a good time to trade, and volume is nice as well. It's not above the moving average, so we're not expecting making moves at this point in time. However, volume is at the moving average, so a healthy sign. And looking at the bull bear income, this is positive news for the bulls and nice profit. We do want to be wary of that because when the bulls are in nice profit, you have to put yourself, again, when price is, you have to understand if price is trending and the bulls are in strong income, they're not going to be looking to exit their positions at any point in time. However, when price is range bound and bulls are in strong income, they're concerned about the next downturn. They're concerned about the next swing. So they would be looking to exit their positions and take profits. As we actually do see, we do see that the longs dropped from... Excuse me, I'm looking at this incorrectly. We do have actually an increase in long positions, and a decrease, a deleveraging in long positions. Although we did see right around here, we did see the opportunity when price did reach about 35.51. We did see a lot of longs exiting and taking profits. Poor people. Poor people, man. All right, so let's switch over to... okay. I meant right now. I didn't get alert. Yeah, you should have, man. If you're in the Discord channel, you should have gotten the alert. It comes up in new content every single day. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe YouTube and the CIA is censoring the channel. One will never know. Jay Constant says, I am scared for seeing a lot of crypto millionaires in Lambos in a couple months. Can I talk a little faster or is this slow-mo? That's funny, dude. Normally, the biggest complaint I get is that I need to talk slower. So... Anyways, let's switch over here to price action. We'll actually do a technical analysis of price as we do. And right here. All right, excellent, fantastic. Now, I know that the chart is getting slightly busy, guys, but that's okay. There's a lot of stuff to be looking at here as well. I want to give a big thank out, man. Wow, what a big spike in Twitch viewers, man. This is fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for viewing me today, guys. About 600, 700 people, guys. Eric Henning, hey, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. Welcome to the community, man. All right, so let's do our technical analysis. So, interesting things to do, and again, at this point in time, you always want to zoom out and get a bigger picture of what price is actually doing. So we'll be doing our analysis today mostly on the 12-hour chart for the XBT perpetual swap contract on BitMEX because that is my preferred trading exchange of choice. So last night I had charted out, we talked about several possibilities last night. Let's actually go down to the lower time frames so we can talk about what we were talking about yesterday. We were looking at this potential head and shoulders pattern. Now, that would have been validated had price broken below the trend line and broken back into this equilibrium block as I had said yesterday. Had that happened, I would have been looking for an opportunity to go short. Again, I said this yesterday. I had not entered into a short. I was looking for the potential pattern to play out, in which case I would have taken a short position down to 3,600, down to retest the previous point of control. Now, obviously that didn't happen, and this is why you need to wait for chart patterns. One of the most fantastic things about this is that we do actually have an absolute denial and lack of confirmation on our long position right here. As soon as price trades above your right shoulder, you have invalidated your head and shoulders pattern. You are no longer in bearish territory. And what do we see price do? We see price skyrocket up right above that break as soon as we broke above that point of control right there. Point of control on the 30-minute chart at about $4,023.80. We did break above that on very strong volume with a Fisher transform crossing above the zero line, a very strong call signal. We did go up to retest my previous equilibrium block that has been suppressing price. So far, we have not been able to get over that. We did get triple rejection from that level and then a pullback currently to retest the point of control on the 30-minute chart. We do get a nice bounce right off that 30-minute chart, and currently price is entering into a period of consolidation right at the upper bounds of the value area on the volume profile. and strongly above the point of control. So this means that we do remain bullish until price is unable, or until price does close below the point of control. And one of the things that I like to look for confirmation is I zoom out to the higher time frames, as I'll show you on the 12-hour chart, and I look for, if I'm looking for strong confirmation, and this is congruent with the idea of when you do trade a breakout, you can initially buy the breakout, or you can wait to buy the retracement of the breakout for confirmation that it is going to be a confirmed breakout, and that is going to be the pullback to retest the breakout zone as new support, as it was previously acting as resistance. So let's go to the 12-hour chart and see what I'm talking about. On the 12-hour chart, we do actually see that the point of control is at $39,060. Okay, I'm more comfortable with that point of control. So what do we see here? I had charted out this other pattern. I'll actually go to the 1-hour chart to zoom this out. As I was looking at that head and shoulders pattern, I was also seeing this symmetrical triangle, or descending, or symmetrical wedge, whichever way you guys would like to look at it. Again, these are the patterns that I do like to play the least, and I did draw this on the 12-hour chart, so forgive the fact that it's not as accurate on the 1-hour chart. I zoomed out to the higher time frame so that it was more valid with its touch points. Again, we do see this is a valid trend line, because what happens here, we do have price in sideways ranging consolidation right here at this point in time, and then when price breaks down below that trend line, establishing it with 3 touches here, it's bounced off as support twice, breaks down as resistance once, pulls back up to test it as confirmed resistance, and then price moves down into a lower consolidation accumulation area. And this now becomes a distribution block that will act as resistance, also a point of control right here on the 1-hour time frame. So this area is very strong. You can see that this breakdown point does actually act as the call signal for when price does actually cross above the fissure, or excuse me, cross above into breakout territory. So this trend line also was respected here, where we did get initial rejection from it. Price consolidated for a while. It did break above it here, pulled back down to test it as support, and then broke above again. So you need to be looking for these key areas. Where are the key trend lines? Where are the diagonal areas that price is respecting as resistance or support? And again, we see that right here, where price falls down, consolidates for a little bit, respects it as support, and then pops up. Let me pull up the, I'm missing the chat. D. Guedes asks for BSV. I will take a look at BSV, yes. I'll actually go put that over here. BCHSV BTC. And we'll look at that here in a little bit after I finish the analysis on XBT. So, and then we did have a confirmed breakout right here, same period as well. This would have given you a quicker call signal looking at the 1-hour chart, as 1-hour charts will do. So we do have a confirmed breakout of the point of control. Look where that point of control is, right at that resistance area of that descending trend line, forming the symmetrical wedge or symmetrical triangle, which again is a bullish continuation pattern that continues the previous underlying trend. So a symmetrical triangle is a chart neutral pattern, and it tends to, whichever way it breaks is a confirmation of the previous underlying trend, in which case the previous underlying trend is a bull trend. Although you do have to take that into account with the overlying larger trend of bearishness, okay? So this is why you do want to be hesitant in these situations, and you do want to be hedging your risk. However, this is a strong call signal. So now let's zoom back out to that 12-hour chart to talk to explain what I was talking about here. So let's zoom in here to recent price. Okay, so current point of control on the 12-hour chart for recent price action is around that. It's actually 39.66 here, so it is actually moving up a little bit. It was just previously 39.55, so it is slightly moving up as price continues to move up. And what do we see here? We do see a strong close. We see a strong bullish close on the 12-hour chart above that level. We do get rejection from this equilibrium block. Where do I get that equilibrium block, you may ask? Well, let's go to the daily chart. Let's go to the 24-hour chart, and you can see where I get it right here. So let's actually turn off auto, because this is now becoming distracting. So you do see right here where you do see the beginning of the selling pressure with this candle open body and closed. You see this spinning top doji. This is actually where I am going to measure out an equilibrium block. And you see that it is valid because from a 24 and 12-hour time period, we do get rejection from it, and we are unable to close above this. So that is the current rejection area that I am looking at. That rejection area is currently obviously 42.17 to 44.48. So let's just split the baby and say 42.30 to 42.50. Those are the areas that you want to be looking for. Although we had charted out the inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. And although this is not the strongest pullback that I would have liked to see for the right shoulder, I will take it if it does end up playing out. If we do see here that price is closing strongly appearing that it is going to close with a somewhat of a spinning top doji above the point of control. And that is what I like to see. That is a confirmation to me of a bullish signal. The fact that price is able to close above the point of control with a bullish candle, and then on the pullback from that bullish movement that we do see on high volume, that we are able to close a bearish or red candlestick above the point of control. That to me is kind of a confirmed entry. This is a confirmation that I do want to be bullish at this particular point in time. Now, if price is able to open and close below the point of control, then I take a loss, and that's fine. I move on to the next trade. But however, that is the way that I trade control and VPVR strategy. Also, again, I use horizontal support and resistance, guys, Fisher transform, average true range, and the volume profile. Again, when I'm day trading on BitMEX, I tend to use VPSV, and I do have a webinar for that if you are a subscriber to the premium members group. Okay, so let's see here. Now, taking a measured move of this symmetrical triangle, we do have a measured move for the bullish breakout, putting us up to $44,497. Now, I had measured out the bearish breakdown as well, which would actually be a perfect return to the point of control down here at around 33.80. So those were the two areas that I was looking at targeting. Obviously, that head and shoulders was pointing us down into this equilibrium block around 3,500, 3,600. So that was just giving us a more heightened area, a higher profit target for the downside. We did not achieve that. We did break to the upside. So I will be going with the bullish sentiment for now. I would like to see, and based on everything that I am seeing, I would be expecting to see a nice Christmas full of green candlesticks for us, guys. Let's see here. K7 Jixer asks, do I chart the total crypto market cap? Fib retracement on the capitulation drop puts the pump retrace at 190 to 215 billion before a pullback to 155 billion. I don't chart the total crypto market cap, and I'll tell you why. Because the total crypto market cap is going to be encompassing, page 50, page 37 of CoinMarketCap. So I don't think that that's as valid as just looking at price action and my data metrics and overall bid-ask sum, looking at the market depth ratio, looking at the aggression of the longs and the shorts, the longs to shorts ratio. I find that looking at that data as well as price action is far more valid, because that's what traders that I'm aware of and investors are going to be looking at as well. Eric Leal and R. Terrencial are asking for Litecoin. I'll take a look at Litecoin, and Philson asks for Ethereum. So yes, we'll look at those. So do I think it can be a valid data metric? Yes, I do, but I just find that perhaps it's just not my forte, so I'm not sure how to calculate that as well. I do like to look at, generally I look less at market cap than I do look at price action and volume. So let's see, we do have other confirmations for the bullish bias here as well. Again, our strong call signal was right here. Now again, you guys will be very familiar, for those of you who have been following the show. I have traded XBT-USD about 4 times. This will be my 5th trade for the month of December, or actually mid-November to December now. My initial fills were at 3,500, 3,300, and 3,200. I did take profit at 3,620 right here. When we had measured out the measured move of the inverted head and shoulders on the lower time frames. We did actually hit that take profit target. We did come back down, and we did refill at 3,200. And 3164, which was the measured move of a head and shoulders on a micro time frame. We took profit on that very quickly at 3280 right here. No, excuse me. Right, where was that? Where was that trade? Yeah, right here. That was that trade right there. And then we refilled at 3,100 and 3,150, or excuse me, 3,200 and 3,150, and we did end up taking profit at 3,500. So yes, we did take initial profits too early, and again, part of that's trading. I was happy though. That ended up being a 50% trade for us as well at 5x leverage, so I was quite happy with that. However, we did have strong indications on the higher time frames here to be entering into a position. The initial entry would have been here when the Fisher transform gave you your first crossover, and that would have been on this candle right here. So you would have been entering in that $3,100 to $3,200 range, and you would have been able to capture this entire movement, especially as the Fisher transform does right here on this candle cross above the 0 line. So you actually would have been entering on this candle right here around 3,500. And then you don't really get a sign to exit until this candle right here, where you do get the Fisher cross under right here. So you would have been exiting around 4,000, 3,800, somewhere in this region if you would have taken that initial trade, buying on the crossover, or taking the call signal when the Fisher transform does cross above the zero line right here. However, we do get a bottoming, a potential bottoming, as we're seeing right here on the Fisher transform above zero. And that to me is a very strong call option that is confirmation of the bullish bias. Because when the Fisher transform does bottom above zero, excuse me, bottom above zero, if I said top above zero, I misspoke. If the Fisher transform does bottom above the zero line, that is an indication to me that the trend is going to continue and that the current wave, because the Fisher transform is measuring the wave cycle of price, that the wave is going to remain in the positive, that we are going to remain in the positive wave cycle right now, which for me is bullish movement. So we do have some interesting measured movements here and resistance points and take profit targets. We are right now looking to close the 12-hour candle, hopefully above the conservative right shoulder inverted head and shoulders neckline that I had pointed out. So this would actually be the peak of the right shoulder. If we do see here, we have the left shoulder, we have the head, and we do have the potential right shoulder right here. So closing above this would be your traditional call sign for taking that chart pattern. The measured move on that is actually going to put us at $5,025. The measured move for the breakout of this symmetrical wedge is going to put us at $4,497. We do have a stronger call signal if we are able to close in two areas here. Obviously above the current 24-hour equilibrium resistance block right here, as I said earlier, around 4250. That is actually going to allow us to potentially close also above the line right here. So we do see the neckline of the left shoulder here as well, and that is going to be sitting at 43,045. A close above that would be a measured move up to 5,589, slightly above the previous point of control from our previous significant breakdown zone right here around that $5,500 area. Now, looking at this as a technician, what I would like to do is take profits before we get to this point of control, because that is an area where price is likely to face strong rejection from. So in that case, I would most likely be looking to take profits on that trade, not at 55,000 or 5,589, but most likely in this area of shallow LVN above the conservative measured move of the right shoulder, inverted head and shoulders. So that's at 5,025. So if we are able to get up this high, again, I will most likely just trail a stop up to these areas. If we are, of course, able to close above 5,500, then most likely we will run right immediately back to retest these areas of 6,000, 5,800. So yes, so we do have a strong area right here where we'd be looking to take profits before we reach this previous breakdown area at 6,400, that previous point of control. So we do have a lot of exciting things that are confirming the bullish bias. Again, you do want to be cautious and hesitant at this point in the market, guys. A lot of indecision. Again, we have been in a very strong downtrend with very high volume. Again, we did not see clear signs of any kind of capitulation down here. Again, if we take a look at volume, right here, I mean, the volume on this bottoming was quite pathetic, guys. And this is why I am slightly worried that this could snap back down on us at any point in time. I will remain for the moment, and perhaps just for the holiday cheer, optimistically bullish and optimistic because, again, I have now entered into a long position looking at some of these higher targets as well, managing my risk on a close below the 12-hour. On an open and close, I will be stopping out and taking a loss if we are able to open and close below the 12-hour point of control. But for now, I remain bullishly optimistic and looking to take this bullish trade. Again, we do have the Fisher bottoming above zero, strong call signal. We do have a breakout of this measured move. We do have we have a breakout of the symmetrical triangle. We have a breakout of the conservative right shoulder of the inverted head and shoulders pattern. And so we will look to take this as far as we can. If we do actually end up closing below the point of control and face rejection from it, I do see a return back to this previous support block around 3,500, 3,600, or even the measured move for the bearish breakdown at 3,400 as well. If we do actually close below the point of control, then again, I just switch to a short position and I look to take profits on the way down. Very easy way to trade. Very calm, patient, no anxiety inducing trading, guys. Max X says, although I wonder what percentage of a total crypto market cap is made up of, say, the coins outside of the top 100 might be a fairly small percentage. Yes, I do agree with you, but even looking at anything outside the top 10, it's just not a strong indication of where price is going to go, because if Bitcoin goes up, total market cap increases for all coins because it spreads out. So the easiest thing to track is just Bitcoin market cap. R. Terencio says, hit the like button, guys. Come on. Hey, man, I highly appreciate that, man. Gabe Anderson asks, do you expect a capitulation 4-hour sell-off in the future like we've seen in the last bear market? Yes, that is what I would like to see. Strong indications of capitulation, very similar to what we saw back in 2014. So actually, if we just rewind in time, let's go take a look back here. And let's turn on logarithmic. Okay, so here we are in 2017. Okay, so sorry, we're going to have to actually go look at Bitstamp. I was looking at the XBT chart. Okay, so let's go look at Bitstamp, make sure that logarithmic is turned on, and turn on our auto. Yes, so look what we see here. We don't see... this is very generous. If we actually go look at the daily chart as well, let's look at the daily chart. I mean, look at all that opportunity that Bitcoin gave you to buy the bottom. I mean, pretty much 2 weeks, and it gave you 4 full solid days here to buy the bottom on very weak volume. That is not capitulation. When you look for capitulation or extremely oversold volume, what you are expecting to see is an extremely massive candle. Very similar to what you see here, actually. This is actually a good indication because you do... Okay, so typically the way when you're looking for volume to confirm whether a movement is a oversold or a breakdown, meaning that if it's a breakdown or a break up, you're looking for strong volume to confirm that you're experiencing a break movement, and then you're looking to enter into whatever direction that is heading. So here on this candle, you do see extremely high volume on this candle right here, where we did actually break down from 6,000. Look at this low volume on the daily chart leading up to that breakdown. That is very strong breakdown volume, and so you should definitely be short from this level. This is not in any way, shape, or form oversold volume. Now, those of you could have gotten faked out by this candle right here. Again, obviously on the daily chart, we do get a strong, this is actually a dragonfly doji more than it is a hammer candle. But a lot of you could have gotten faked out by that and saying, okay, well, we had breakdown volume and now this is clearly oversold volume. Hey, Mastash, thanks so much for the $2 donation, man. Thank you so much, brother. Love you, man. But no, this is obvious breakdown volume. Again, the capitulation below 6K, this is not oversold volume whatsoever. And then you do get confirmation of this moving down, and then you see a candle right here that is potentially oversold volume because you see a massive volume spike on this candle. However, it's just continuation of the underlying trend right here. Yeah, Scott, we'll look at data for you, man. MaxX says, interesting though, I just looked. Total crypto market cap on CMC equals 141 billion. The top 100 make up 136 billion of that. Yeah, so, and what makes up like 50% of that? Let's go look at, if you go look at what Bitcoin's market cap is right now, let's go look at VC Health. Yeah, Bitcoin's market cap is right now $71.75 million. So you're looking at pretty much half of all market cap. So top 197% of total cap, if I did that right. That's pretty accurate, again. But the thing is, yeah, okay, so I don't want to be argumentative. I guess my point is here is that I just don't see how it's going to be a valid metric for trading, just as in a general sense of, is the market going down or is the market going up? And again, price action can tell you that because price action is going to precede volume. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that there are strategies and traders who do look at market cap, and I do look at 24-hour volume. I look at historical volume to see how volatile the day is going to be relative, and whether I think a move is going to be a sustained move or a sustained down move. But it's just not how I do business, man. It's not how I get down. Okay, so let's actually pull back up the weekly chart and show you guys what I'd like to see for capitulation. Yeah, we see a really good example of it right here. Looking at the weekly chart, and again, this is measured in coins traded, so this can actually be a little deceiving. But yes, we do basically see right here where we have a very strong move downwards right here, and then price never comes anywhere close to that again. Price never comes anywhere close to that again. Look at the relative volume. We have this downtrend right here. We have this downtrend. You know, we have this strong bear market of 2013, and then we have the bottom here in June of 2013, and this very high spike in volume relative to all the volume around it, and then price never goes back anywhere near that area. Again, it comes back, you know, kind of close there, but you know, nothing significant. So if we actually look at that on the daily chart as well, yeah. So here's what we're looking at right here. So here's the daily chart, and look, price rebounds almost immediately off that low. So look at the reaction we get. We get a 50% reaction off that low pretty much immediately, and this is now going to act as our previous support because we're now trading back down below those areas. And we see the same thing here. So we have the bear market of, you know, this is 2017, not a bear market, but we have, you know, with downturn in September of 2017. And we do hit a low right here on extremely high volume, and price immediately propels itself up in the course of just a few days. Up, 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 up. And then we never come anywhere close to that level again. Conversely, if we look at what price is doing right now, do we see that that high level of volume relative to everything else around us? No, actually, we see very low volume on the reversal candle right here. We see very low volume on the reversal candle right here. And again, you know, we spent 3 days down there. Very generous of Bitcoin, very generous of Bitcoin. I highly doubt that this was capitulation. I do think that we do end up moving lower, but now, just looking at this, I'm willing to be tentatively bullishly optimistic that we can move a little higher before we do end up breaking down and moving lower. Again, I have talked about this ad nauseum. Let's auto out and let's look at the weekly chart. We can look at my long-term predictions for BTC. Again, I do think we end up settling in this green box buy area that I have between 27.98 and 22.45. We do have that 886 Fibonacci retracement coming in right around that area as well, which is actually where we did bottom back in 2014 as well, taking a measured move of the entire area. So yes, again, nice volume on this weekly upthrust candle right here. We are coming back to test. Here's the logarithmic trend line that we did break down from. We have come back up to retest that as resistance. If we do break through, I become a little bit more bullish. But as long as we remain underneath this as well, I'm a little hesitant. We're also coming up looking at the exponential moving averages here as well. We'll also look at Ichimoku so we can take some different views of this as well. We are coming up above, here we have the weekly equilibrium block as well. So an equilibrium block is where we do experience a break in market structure. So right here, we are still just trading within that equilibrium block. So there's the weekly equilibrium block that we haven't been able to get above as well. So still not out of the woods yet for Bitcoin. We are coming up on that 8-period exponential moving average. We also have the 13 and the 21 creeping down upon us as well. Again, currently getting rejection from that as well. Although we did come up, we had that falling wedge measured move pattern again, also on the daily chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Actually, we're gonna have to go to the real daily chart. I like the 24-hour chart as well. Okay, so we do have this falling wedge pattern, and again, the measured move put us up at 44.02. So, and that's also where on the daily chart where our 55 exponential moving average is coming in as well. Obviously, we see on the daily chart if you're using exponential moving average strategies. Hey, MT Coiner, man. Wow, I'm sorry I missed that, man. Thank you so much for the $4.20 donation, man. Merry Christmas to you, man. You're awesome, brother. Yeah, Max X. Yeah, no. I wasn't trying to be argumentative at all, man. First off, you know, I support you coming and watching the show, man. Thank you. BTC dominance is starting to fall again. I think that's because people are getting optimistically bullish on altcoins as well. So we'll just see that fluctuate and vacillate around, but let's see here. The End Times News. Agree a dump is coming on Bitcoin. Well, of course, you're the End Times News, man. Bottom for Bitcoin is 800, then a run for the hills? Nah, man. I think I find it highly unlikely. Hey, Scott S., thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Welcome to the community. I find it highly unlikely that we do bottom below 800. I think that is quite unlikely. Or excuse me, I do not think that we go below 2000. I think that is quite unlikely. I think that is overly optimistic for a downside. Again, you know, we're kind of coming into an area too where, you know, we've had a lot of great shorting opportunities, and unfortunately, I'm seeing that retail is getting really interested in like wanting to short Bitcoin. And that to me kind of says that I need to be very cautious with my trades on Bitcoin at this point in time. Again, if you want to get whipsawed, again, you know, all the signs that I see point to right now, looking for a sustained movement to the upside. Again, we've got a lot of stuff coming in on the weekly and the daily chart as well. Looking at spot price here, of course, we do. If we go to the weekly, we do obviously see we are coming up on our first 8-period exponential moving average. If we go over to the Fisher Transform and Ishimoku, also coming up on that Tenkan-san rejection line, but that's all the way up at 52.90. So this isn't going to be able to help us out a whole lot. If we do look at the weekly, looking at the Fisher Transform, we are for the first time since this downturn actually getting this weekly candle. Last weekly candles actually did give us our first call signal on the Fisher Transform. So we do have our first cross up here on the Fisher Transform. So we did have our call signal right here. Coming up upon, again, as I said, we are coming up to retest that logarithmic trend line that Bitcoin has never broken in its history until just a few weeks ago. So we are coming up to retest that as resistance. We did kind of get it. We haven't actually had a nice pump back up to retest this. So could we get rejection from here? That's it's potential as well. These are things that we want to be looking out for. Again, going back to our going back here, we also have right around that area as well, the logarithmic trend line. We also have that 8-period exponential moving average coming in on us as well. So a lot telling you to be cautious in the market, man. A lot telling you to be cautious in the market. Tao L says, have we bottomed? For the time being, yes, but for the long term, no. Check the leaderboard on BitMEX. Do we put any value in that at all? Yeah, I mean, but it's the point of, to be on the leaderboard, you have to be willing to share your position. So it's the same thing, like, of people willing to share their positions, people are generally only going to share their positions if they are profitable. So people that aren't profitable are not going to be sharing their positions, so you do have to take that with an extreme grain of salt. Jack the Ripper Death, hey, what's going on? The Bollinger Bands on BSV so tight. Oh, we could be seeing a movement. Then we'll go take a look at that. So yeah, just a lot coming in, guys. A lot coming in. A lot, obviously, looking at like the 12-hour, looking at the 24-hour. A lot telling us to be bullishly optimistic on this right now. Again, if we look at the 12-hour chart, we have gained the 55-period exponential moving average momentum. We have basically started hitting targets, our upside targets that we did start setting down here. Again, didn't hit all of them, but that's just part of trading, guys. So, and yes, we do have this current, looking at the 24-hour chart, we do have this current equilibrium block that we do need to get over as well. Looking at the Bitstamp price, looking at spot price, it's actually less clean. So I've actually measured out both of these break and market structure blocks. So here is an equilibrium block. This is actually the beginning of selling resistance pressure. So this is going to act for me as a resistance block that we do need to get over as well. Again, we have that measured move of the falling wedge pattern right here coming in right around that 55-period exponential moving average. So a lot telling us to be optimistically bullish, but a lot telling us to be cautious of taking unhedged long positions as well at this point in time. So definitely be looking, as always, to trail stops. Be looking to lock in profits, guys, and just be careful with your predictions because, again, nothing has changed. I am bullishly optimistic for the time being. I am in a long position, but I will be playing it cautiously as I am a cautious trader. And until we really absolutely smash past all these last periods, we're not out of the woods yet, guys. We're not out of the woods. We are not out of the woods. Tao L says, why haven't we bottomed in the long term? I just went over that ad nauseum. Haven't seen capitulation. We haven't broke above previous resistances. I just don't see nothing tells me that we've bottomed. I just talked about it for like probably like 10 minutes if you want to rewind the tape, my friend. Mr. Peterson, man, what do you think about the inverse head and shoulders forming? That's actually, yeah, Jay Constant, there will be no time to accumulate at the bottom. Yeah, Bitcoin doesn't like to give you 3 days to buy the bottom. Do you think Bitcoin can lose the #1 spot? Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. Anything could happen, man. Nano audit finished, and Red 4Sec claim they are the most secure cryptocurrency they've seen. Woo! Hey, thanks, Gabe Anderson. Thanks for watching, man. We are actually in a nano trade. Alex called that. All right, so 1147, guys. So, okay, so we've gone over BTC ad nauseum. Let me give you the quick recap. I do not think we've seen... I do not think we've seen the bottom. I do think that we do end up going lower before we go higher. Hey, NatU7, thank you so much for the follow. I'm not sure where you're following us, but thank you for the follow. So yes, I do not think we've bottomed in the long term. I do think we end up moving lower. I do think we end up breaking that $3,000 psychological barrier at some point in time. I am currently bullishly optimistic for these upside targets. Let's go back to the BitMEX chart and zoom back to current times. So we are looking at breaking and closing above the neckline of our conservative measured move, or excuse me, of the neckline on the right shoulder of the inverted head and shoulders. That gives us a measured move of 5,025. That's also a shallow area of the volume profile, so I'm comfortable with that as well. If we are currently, we're having resistance right here from a previous 24-hour equilibrium block on the BitMEX chart. If we are able to close above that, fantastic, wonderful, awesome, looking fantastic. As long as we're above our point of control right now at 39.55, 39.66, that does jump up a little bit depending on how, yeah, okay. So 39.55, 39.72, as long as we stay above that area, I am bullishly optimistic. We do need to open and close below the point of control before I consider it a confirmed kill, and then I'd be looking at potential downside targets because that would be a rejection from the point of control. And right now I'm seeing a break out of the point of control above the point of control. So I get really, really, really optimistic and look to add to my position above 42.50. That would also be for me a break of the neckline at 43.45. Once that happens, we do have the measured move for the symmetrical triangle at 44.97, the measured move for the conservative measured move for the inverted head and shoulders at 5,025, and the aggressive measured move of the inverted head and shoulders at 55.89. Would I be looking to take profits at 55.89? No, I'd be targeting shallow areas in the volume profile if we do end up getting above that. Now, I've only entered with a small position, guys. A small position. Why? Because although we have confirmed by closing and looking like we are going to open and close above the point of control, I need to see an open and close above the previous 24-hour equilibrium block, and for me, an open and close above this above 43.45 as well, the neckline of the previous of the aggressive left shoulder of the head and shoulders pattern. So I will add to my position and scale in the higher we go. I'm not obsessed with buying the bottom. I am concerned with showing up to the party late and leaving early, you know, because that's how I trade and that's how I make money, guys. Gabriel, hey, what's going on, man? Says he loves the content style, the wise words, and the perspectives. Cheers from Montana, where we love it because it's MT. Hey, man, thank you so much, bro. Jack the Ripper Death says, be a responsible trader. Don't blame anyone. No one will answer your question the right one. It's works sideways. Yes, you do need to take responsibility with your own trading decisions. Donnie Don Matthews says, had a dramatic pullback the past hour. Is it a short retracement or are we done with the run? I consider it a short retracement at this point in time. Why is XRP mooning on XRP BTC? Because the BTC price is going up. Tao L says, are you a swing trader or a day trader? Both. Is it possible that you are experiencing a disbelief in thinking we will go further down? Wall Street Emotional Cheat Sheet. Is it possible that you are experiencing disbelief in thinking we will go further down? So I want to make sure I understand your question correctly. I do think we will move further down. I do. I definitely do. When BSV moves again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was contrary again. Not really any signs presently, but there wasn't last time either. So BSV was moving contrarian to Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin was going up, BSV was going down. As BSV was going down, Bitcoin was going up. Many big names in crypto that shorted from the top are back in, so they say. Gabriel says, been loving the XRP surf today, though. High tides. Yeah, we took 2 XRP trades, and I'm not, what do the kids say? Fronting, I think is what the kids say. So I'll show you the Ripple trade. Well, the first Ripple trade that we took, so this is the XRP Z18 contract. Here was the entry, take profit targets here. The last entry that we took was an entry at 9,200. Let me actually pull up the. Let's go over here. Let's go to our tracking sheet. Yeah, so our last trade on XRP Z18, as you can see here, was an entry at 9,200 with posted take profit targets of 93.18, 94.50, and 9,700 with a stop loss at 90.93, 5 to 10x leverage. Let's see here. At 10x leverage, that was a 54% trade because we did hit all the take profit targets on that. So yeah, entry at 9,200 right here, and we did actually end up hitting all those take profit targets, 98.70 right here. Obviously, you can trail your stops. Again, part of being in the trading group is learning to generate your own unique trade ideas. And I focus less on spoon feeding people trade signals, which of course they get all the access to signals just like that. So that is what a signal would look like. Hey, thank you so much, Erolsiamen. Thank you so much for the follow. Let's see here. They may meet somewhere around 140, 160, potentially, yes. If 3,600 go down, then you would expect 3,200 go down, but it is not likely because even if it's holiday, I'm still on hold. Yeah, yeah. Again, that's why I say that it would be very in your best interest to be hedged in your position. So, one of the popular ways that I've seen of hedging, a very popular way to hedge, is if you're going to go long on the XBT USD perpetual swap contract, potentially consider taking a short on the M19 or the H19 contract. Rashad Goodson, new to the market. Hope y'all are getting rich. Thank you, man. I wanted to know if you think the current status of the government has effect on the future of crypto. Also, new sub, great stuff, bro. Thank you, Rashad. So let me answer your question. Of course, the current status of the government has an effect on the future of crypto, depending on what government you're talking about. Now, I would assume you're probably talking about the United States. We are based in the United States. Of course, if you're not, that's fine. I do try to keep up on the world news. I think that we are seeing everything that I'm really seeing from governments, especially from the United States, is positive. I'm not really seeing any of that fear or fear mongering or anything. In fact, I'm kind of seeing ass over heels trying to get involved in cryptocurrency, honestly. Mbate asks, MMO when moon? When you believe in it. When you just dig down deep and believe. DJ Spend 1025 says, could be setting up for a rising wedge. Yeah, I see that broadening top. Yeah, I could potentially see that. Again, wedges are the pattern that I absolutely hate the most. Again, I'm just looking at this point of control. So yeah, we've broken above it and we've closed above it, looking to stay above it right now. As long as we stay above that, I remain in my position. The reason why, sorry, not to be dismissive of your comment, but wedges to me and broadening bottoms and broadening tops have the least success rate, in my opinion, on trading chart patterns. You don't have to believe me. Just go read Bulkowski's Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. That has like the least amount of playing out the way it's supposed to. Converter says, is this a dead cat jump? You mean a dead cat bounce? No, I don't think so. No. I mean, not in the way that I think that you're talking about this. LL says, what are my thoughts about MAN Matrix AI? I don't have any thoughts on it. I'm not super familiar with it. Yes, VT Colin, yes, I'm familiar with that. So let's pull up, let's actually pull that open. Let's see here. Disbelief. This is a suckers rally. No, I don't think. I just don't think we're there, man. I don't think we're there, and I don't think that's my mentality either. Again, you know, I'm a trader, man. So I look for confirmation. I look for confirmation, man. I look for confirmation. So in this particular sense, let's go back to the higher time frames and unhide the drawing tools. Again, we start getting confirmation as we start breaking past these resistances, man. Like until then, looking at this as a trader, like I have to respect and look at these areas for taking profit and entering and exiting the market. I'm not a buy and holder, man. Now, if Bitcoin is able to get above like the $6,000 range, then yes, I'm definitely looking to establish long-term long positions. If BTC goes above 6,000, doesn't that confirm that we have bottomed? Yes, that would be a confirmation in my eyes. MT Coiner says, there are 2 people in your chat from Montana. You must be getting big. Tao L says, how do we get notifications of all your trades? You would have to subscribe to the premium, to the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. It's currently $80 a month for the month of December. Regularly $100 a month. You get access to the private Discord. You get access to the VIP day trading voice chat, the members lounge chat room. You get access to all our signals and trade setups from all the traders that contribute to Kraken Cryptocurrency. Alex will actually, as far as I'm aware, be doing the live stream tomorrow because it will be Christmas, so I won't be live streaming tomorrow. I'll be spending time with my family. You get access to our resource library, which has over 2 gigabytes of books, more than that in webinars, worksheets, workbooks, full courses. You get access to our webinar series on trading, where we break down how to trade via our strategy, how to become a trader. We start with risk management. We talk about the Fisher Transform. We talk about VPSV. We teach you how to use BitMEX, how to use different exchanges. Yeah, that's how you would get notifications on all my trades. Let's see here. Gabriel, I like that play. A morning Bitcoin price guess. Oh yeah, I should mention that, guys. So yeah, the entrances are closed for our giveaway. We are giving away $50 in Bitcoin for the Christmas price prediction game. So we did close that Discord channel last night, and just to make sure I copy and pasted everything into a text file so nobody could like maybe go in and edit, you know, whatever. And also we have all the Twitters. You know, obviously you can only delete Twitters, you can't edit them. So. And we have a couple entrances that people entered on YouTube, so I'll honor those. So whoever is closest when the daily candle closes tonight, again, looking for the daily candle to actually close here in about 6 hours. When the daily candle closes in 6 hours, whoever was closest with their price prediction will get $50 in Bitcoin, so we will be getting a hold of you. Nitinsoki says, so is the entry into XRP now gone? Well, the trade for that is gone, so I would have to reevaluate it. Yeah, you know, Donnie Don, that's an interesting idea. The XRP correlation to Bitcoin price movement has changed a lot, you know, over the last period of time. Like during the downtrend, you know, XRP was holding up very strongly, and we were seeing a negative correlation in XRP price and Bitcoin price. But now we're actually seeing it come a little close, and we're seeing the Streisand effect, where everything is pumping. And yes, those XRP pairs being added to Binance is nice, man. Mark Stevens asks, rookie question, how do you short if you were located in the US? It's called a VPN. No, Kraken. Kraken is the exchange that would be available to you. Hey, Rashad, thanks, man. Yeah, I'll do XLM, no problem, guys. Hey, thank you, VT Colin. Mike Marcus says, hey, buddy, just found your channel, and I think you're doing some great stuff. What do you think of the suggestion that BTC has double or triple topped, coupled with the fact that volume is dropping? Again, I just have to trade based off my strategy and how I look to enter and exit positions. So again, looking here at the 12-hour chart, I do see that price is looking to open and close above the point of control. So that is a strong call signal. We seem to have broken out bullishly out of this symmetrical triangle. We also seem to have broken out bullishly, potentially, out of this inverted head and shoulders pattern right now. Currently getting rejection. So right now I only have about 10% of my regular position in. I will add 30% more. When we do close above this previous equilibrium block around 42.50, excuse me, and now we'll add more if we close above 33.45, and I'll be fully into the position at that point in time. And I'll be looking for upward targets of 44.97, 50.25, and 55.89. So yes, but you do want to be cautious here, man. So having a hedge short on the futures contracts like the H19 or the M19 would not be a terrible idea for you guys at this point in time. You do want to be very cautious because this is an area where Bitcoin could get turkey stuffed. Tau L, again, that's something that I kind of individually talk about with everybody that joins the Kraken Cryptocurrency trading group. Again, looking at our, I post, I share our tracking sheet every day, which is indicative of the P&L on every individual trade. I generally recommend for people to look to grow their portfolio by anywhere from 4 to 6%. Or excuse me, their position size, anywhere 4 to 6% per trade. So if you're entering into 2 to 3 trades per week, we're only looking to actually grow our portfolio anywhere from 5 to 6% a month. We tend to be conservative with our total portfolio growth. I think, and that's because I've been doing this for 10 years in traditional equities, options, forex. Moved into cryptocurrency in 2016. I've been trading cryptocurrency full time since then. All I can tell you is that everybody's portfolio is their own, and I do work to the best of my ability with everybody that's subscribed to try to give them a good strategy on how to grow their portfolio in a sustained way that I've been able to do for the last 7 years. Crypto Kibo, how much are they paying you, man? Yesterday it was MPXS, now it's VeChain. Gabriel says 5 is a lucky Chinese number, lucky both ways. May Owl, our trading, and winter solstice luck be of the best and greatest variety. Peace on, brother. Mbate says I'm getting wrecked on XLM. Patience, man, patience. Bitcoin just shot up to 20,000 while we were all watching this. Happy Christmas. What's the H19 or M19? So they are going to be futures contracts on BitMEX. So BitMEX, you have your XBT USD perpetual swap contract. You also have your XBT H19 contract, which expires in March. And you also have your XBT M19 contract, which expires in June. Crypto Kiva says, I promote any coin I buy. Hey, that's not a bad strategy, man. That's crypto Twitter strategy. Feardouse 1993, crackingcryptocurrency.com, man. If you go to the premium trading group, all the information's in there, or you can join the Discord and DM us. We'd be happy to help you out with that. Mbate, that's what's been getting you in trouble, man. That entering and exiting multiple times. But hey, that is how I do things too, so don't feel bad. You're doing good, man. You'll be all right. Aman Singh asks, technically, in terms of probabilities, do you think, is it possible that 4,400 is the top, and then we go back to 3,600 USD? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. You have this. Let's go look at the 24-hour chart. Let's look at the 12-hour chart. So yeah, you do have this previous equilibrium area right here. Although it begins to get bullish though the higher we go. I mean, honestly, because we are now breaking through resistances. The more resistances that we do break through, the more optimistic it gets. Now, again, I'm very tentative and cautious about this. Again, I only have about 10% of the position that I do want in this position now, and I do need to see confirmation that this is going to slam back down. But right now, I'm going to remain tentatively bullishly optimistic and then continue trading. But yes, 4,400 would be a likely area to see a top right here. That is actually going to be the right here. You can see on the 12-hour chart and the 24-hour chart as well. That is going to be our daily candle close at the high at that level right there, establishing this equilibrium block. Again, this is about 4,200. So if we actually look at the 24-hour chart, oh, we are at the 24-hour chart. Sorry. So yeah, 4,400 is going to be right up here, which is going to be our tops, which is going to be a triple top resistance that we've wicked off of 3 times. So getting up to that area again gets hairy. Does the low volume concern me? No, it's a holiday. So again, we'll really know like come Wednesday, Thursday, like once Christmas is passed. Thanks, Scott. All right, guys, I've been live for about an hour, so I'm going to take a quick 1 to 2 minute break, just refresh my water, and then when I get back, we'll look at all those requests. Bitcoin SV, ADA for Scott. We'll look at that first. Thanks for the super chat, man. We'll look at ADA first. We'll look at BSV, Ethereum, Ripple in more depth, I believe. Or no, Litecoin. So we'll look at ADA, BSV, Litecoin, and Ethereum. All right, guys? So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, thank you for hanging in there. And we're back. Again, big appreciation to everybody watching us. Pretty exciting day here. Obviously, we do like to stream as often as possible, and I know that a lot of other streamers and people doing this, regardless of how you feel about them, they don't stick to the schedule. And I treat this, I treat the stream like a job. I think that people want to know that I take this seriously, just like I take my trading group seriously, just like I take my trading seriously. This is what I do for a living. This is how I paid for my house. This is how I put food on the table for my children. So I will be here every day showing up for you guys at the same time. And I think that people notice that and appreciate that. So I do want to thank everybody that's been supporting the stream and watching all this time. Okay, so let's get into some of the requests, guys. So first off, Scott with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. We'll look at ADA. Okay, a couple data metrics here. Let's hide the drawings here for a second. Okay, obviously, just looking at this zoomed out, the volume does look nice, and you have the Fisher transform clearly trading nicely and bottoming above zero right now. No indications yet that you should be out of the trade. You are coming up on that point of control. So this is an area where you do want to be cautious. This is your previous breakdown area right here. So you would at this point be potentially forming a long, this is either an ascending scallop pattern, in which case you're looking to take this immediate breakout. However, looking at all this bullish volume that we have seen come into Cardano, this is a point in time where you would expect to see a retracement to form a potential handle for a cup and handle pattern, or at least a pullback to retest the top of this Kumo cloud as support. That would put you down there for a significant retracement at this point in time. So let's pull out our Fibonacci tool and see what we're looking at here. So if you were looking to enter into the optimum cup and handle retracement, it would actually be to the traditional way to buy a cup and handle is to set a buy at the midway point in between the 236 and 382 Fibonacci retracement. I do actually see that we do have an area here that is now going to act as support coming in right here around the 382. So let's change that from a take profit target. Again, before I did that, before I moved that up here, let's backtrack in time. The last time that I was asked to chart ADA. Let's get out of that pesky auto mode, was down here. All right, and I had labeled this as your potential resistance area. If you did break through it, obviously you can see my squiggly lines, and I had labeled this as your potential support area as well. So I believe that was at this point in time when I was asked to chart that right around here, when we were hanging right around that point of control, and I was talking about that as well. So you well, I did not chart out the traditional trade in the consolidation way that I would have traded this out. However, we do have that strong entry right here. This is not telling you to enter because the Fisher does top below the zero line. However, your entry signal is right here. When the Fisher does actually cross above the zero line right here, that's your call signal. And then when you do bottom above the zero line, this is a very strong indication that you should be going long. You have a potential exit right here on this candle, but you're immediately right back in the trade here. Again, when I am seeing this, however, I tend to stay in the trade, especially since we do have amazing bullish volume coming in here. So at no time would I have been out of this trade. We do enter the Kumo cloud. We pierce all the way through it for an edge-to-edge trade, and we do overcome it significantly as well. Do not necessarily see the volume. Now, if we do look at this big spike in volume right here, as we actually traded into the Kumo cloud and then continued above, we do see a drop in volume right here. So you do actually see a decline in volume, even though the moving average is moving up, although the moving average is on a 15 period delay. Patrick Young, man, thank you so much for the Canadian 25 bucks for the super chat, man. Thank you so much, bro. Let me see. You didn't even say anything. Hey, thank you so much, man. I highly appreciate the support. You're awesome, man. Thank you. Again, I have to say it, man. You guys are fantastic and wonderful. And, you know, we've been taking the streaming very seriously. Again, showing up here at the same time every day. And again, man, never feel obligated to donate or anything. But we highly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yes, Scott is right. All that is going toward the microphone upgrade. So, all right. So again, you did have strong, very strong indications to be in the ADA trade here. Again, for me, the call signal would have been here. Either the initial crossover that you get here on the Fisher transform is your buy signal as well. You get a nice spike in bullish volume as well there. You do get a little bit of retracement here though, and you do bottom below the zero line, telling you to be hesitant, to hold on. But here you actually get the cross above into the zero line and the bottom above the zero line. That is to me a very strong call signal. That is how I trade the Fisher transform. It's how I use it to initiate trades as well. And we do actually see that when the Fisher transform actually bottoms above the zero line right there, we actually also break up above the Tenkan San for our Ichimoku. So that's your first call option as well. Your second would have been here when we break above the Kijun or the baseline. And that is also another bottom above the zero line here as well. So very strong indications that you should definitely be going long on ADA at this point in time. And we did hit all those take profit targets that I had posted out down there. 905, 920, 940, 1052. Okay, so now we are looking to see, are we going to see a retracement at this point in time? So let's hide the drawing tools here real quick. Actually, let's not hide the drawing tools because I do want that Fibonacci retracement on there. Why did that extend so far? Okay. So traditionally, this is an area, look, now that we've zoomed out and we can take some more market data in, we are coming up on that point of control right here. The point of control currently sitting at 1164, and that is absolutely where we got rejection. Also a significant area, we do have our breakdown zone right here. If we go to the daily chart, as well, you can also see, yes, this was our strongest period of distribution as well. And also where you see that price did attempt to make a nice break above the Kijun for a potential test of the Ichimoku cloud. When you were being tentatively bullish back here at this point in time, you also have a cross up above the zero line. But then you're immediately told to be out of this trade, that this was a break-even trade for you, because if you're following the Fisher transform strategy, you are entering on the close above into the zero line, or when Fisher transform does transport above. When Fisher transform does cross above the zero line, and then you were exiting at pretty much break even here when the Fisher transform crosses underneath. You're also getting that breakdown below the Tenkan and the Kijun right there. So that is your previous breakdown area, and you are getting rejection from that level right now. You are also getting rejection from the Kumo cloud right now on your daily chart as well. So we'll go down into the 12-hour chart. We are strongly above the Kumo cloud on the 12-hour chart. So let's take in more market data. All right, so we are getting rejection from that point of control right now. So this is an area where I would expect I would like to see a nice pullback. We do have some areas that will act as support coming in. Let's chart those out. This is now going to act as support. And that's sitting right there around our 382 Fibonacci retracement. That is going to be your more aggressive entry. And we have another area that could potentially act as support right here as well. And so those two levels are going to be 1103 and 1052. So that's going to be your aggressive entry. That is also, the lower entry is also going to conform with a retest of the Kumo cloud as well. Although keep in mind that this will be twisting and curling up though as price continues to remain above that point of control. Now, if price is able to continue in this extended rally and close here above 1187, then you have your next areas that you're going to be looking at for taking profit here. At 1285, getting up above that, you're looking at 1359, And then your next strong area of resistance is going to be right here. Your next breakdown zone right here around 1420, 1439, right around that area. That's going to be your next strong resistance area to get over as soon as you're able to overcome actually this one as well, which is also going to be a take profit target as well. This zone right here around that 1285 area as well is also going to be a previous breakdown zone as well. All right, so not getting a crossover yet on the Fisher transform, although that, because we are looking at the 12-hour chart, that is going to lag behind a little bit. So this is an area where I would be tentatively, again, if I were in this trade, I would be looking at this point in time to tentatively take profits and look for a re-entry at a lower point in time. Now, you don't have to exit out of your position immediately, but definitely just looking at this, if you would have entered anywhere here in the indicated area, I mean, you are up, 30%. And again, I know that everybody's calling for 80% moonshots, especially on very popular coins like Cardano. But what do we see here? We see something very similar to Bitcoin, where you do want to be tentative at this point in the market, where you do have this, this significant breakdown period where you were just kind of, where you're entering into a lot of consolidation, and you have broken above some levels of resistance, yes, but you're not out of the woods yet. You're back at your recent point of control right here. And again, that is an area where price is very interested to either experience rejection from or to receive support from. So closing above that point of control at 1159, I look for these upside targets at 1285, 1359, and then look for your next area of resistance here. Again, if you're able to break above that 1289, if you're able to achieve these take profit targets, then your next area of consolidation that you're going to be entering is here around 1450, which is your previous point of control right here. So I would be looking to take profits at this point in time, expecting a little bit of a pullback, at least here to 1103 or 1052. More significant pullback would actually be putting you at 103. Which would be actually putting you back down into the Kumo cloud. So if that does actually end up happening, if you do actually end up not finding support around 1052, that for me would be a strong entry to be out of the trade and wait for bullish confirmation that the rise is going to go. Also, you do see that on this, as I pointed out earlier, on the second leg up, we do have a lowered volume. Now, that doesn't mean that this rally can't continue a little bit, but as we're coming into that key area around that point of control right here, it does tell me to be cautious and to be looking to take profits at this levels. And you can always re-enter on the bullish breakout of this consolidation zone. But yes, you're still in HVN territory. You're not out of the woods yet. Don't have any strong sell signal yet on the Fisher transform, but just looking at the point of control and our previous breakdown zone, this is an area where I'd be tentative, looking to take a little bit of profits, looking to potentially pick back up those profits and reinvest them around 1103 and 1052. If we close below 1052, though, really our Tencon and our our conversion line and our baseline, our Tencon and our Kijun, are coming in around 1,000. That's also going to correspond with our 50% retracement. If we go below that, then I become less positive, and I look to be out of that trade and wait for some kind of bullish confirmation that you should be re-entering the trade. Let me pull back up the chat because I'm falling back down. Hey, VT Colin, thanks for the sub, man. Highly appreciated, man. Donnie Don Matthews says, we appreciate your insights and guidance, though our big boy and big girl pants and doing our own research. A solid TA during this time of amazing trading opportunity is always welcome. Thank you, man. I highly appreciate that. And Patrick Young, thank you so much again for the Canadian 25, man. Brandon Muri says, sold XMR now. Gotta watch crypto. Does that beat $10 US? Let's see, man. Yeah, that's $18.39, man. You have sorry, Mr. Ether. You have been overtaken. What do I think on XRP? I'll take a glance at it. K7 Jixer. Sell ADA at 7 cents, buy back at 55. Jay Constant says all the money flowing in alts needs to flow to Bitcoin, else we will jump soon, or else we will dump soon. Felt sorry for Bitcoin. We got some competition. Hey, thanks, AH. I highly appreciate that, man. For some reason, it feels like my audio is turned off or something because I'm not getting those notification alerts. But hey, man, trying to stay zoned in. All right, Scott, there's Cardano for you again, and thank you for the super chat, Scott. I highly appreciate the $2. Let's move into BSV. Come on. BCH, SV, BTC. Okay, so we had talked about potential trades for BSV the last time I was asked to chart it out. So let's look at this baby right here. Okay, so the first trade right here would have not worked out. The second trade here would have been okay. And then, yes, we do have these potential entries and take profits right here. Again, all those take profits did get hit. This take profit level right here did get hit as well. Again, looking at that chart, you would have been able to manage your risk, again, because we were looking at this as a potential entry in the consolidation area, looking at that as a... Yep, as a 618 Fibonacci retracement in between the 618. We ended up falling all the way down to what? Over 100% retracement on that movement, yes. So something like the 1.236 negative Fibonacci retracement we did actually end up falling down to. Let's take a gander here. And again, kind of the same thing where we don't reverse on strong capitulation. Interesting times, guys. Yeah, so we've had a nice movement here on BSV as well. So let's redo the BSV chart here. Let's go to the 12-hour chart, and let's get rid of these. Okay, and we'll also hide Ishimoku for right now, because that's not going to be a whole lot of help. Again, looking at a chart this fresh and new, technical analysis does become difficult. So we will do our college try best. All right. So the first thing I want to do is get an idea of, do we see an overarching pattern here? Well, the pattern seems pretty clear, guys. Price broke down below the point of control, established a new one. When price did open and close above the point of control, again, I'm in a long position. Just statistically the way I trade. We also see the strong entry right here. We get the crossover on the Fisher transform down here. Right here would have been your entry on this actually red candle right here is when you do get the, as you can see, is when you do actually get the confirmed crossover on the Fisher transform right there. Excuse me. Yeah, it's right there. So that would have been a great entry into the Fisher transform. You can see the candlestick pattern there is nice. You have a nice hammer candle. You have the crossover on the Fisher transform as well. If you're being tentative and waiting, also using the point of control, you are entering probably here. Right here on this candle, where you do have first the Fisher transform crossing above the 0 line, and you also have an open and close above your point of control. And you're in this trade, you're in this trade nicely throughout this point in time. Let's see, looking to take profits right here when the Fisher transform does give you the cross under signal, or definitely right here when the Fisher transform does exit. So either way, yeah, whether you're in from here or whether you're in from here, whether you're in from here, sorry, you would have made nice profits on that trade, guys. Again, you don't have to be obsessed with catching the top. That's still a 50% trade if you would have waited for the Fisher transform to cross under the 0 line. Anywhere from a 45 to 50% trade. If you were obsessed with catching the top, yes, you could have made 100%. But again, you could have done that on the Fisher crossover right there. The Fisher crossover would have given you 100% on that trade. And now we're just entering into this. Honestly, this is consolidation. Yes, we're getting these large moves in BSV, but ultimately consolidation, and we are forming lower highs. Let's take a gander here. We are forming lower highs. Take the line of best fit. Forming lower highs and lower lows, it seems to me. So we will see if that pattern breaks. If we do put in a low here, that would be a higher low, but we do need to establish a higher high to really be in bull territory with this. Again, obviously these trades have been nice, but they've been whipsaw range trades. So again, you get all kinds of indications here to be in or out of a trade. Here, I'm going to be out of this trade right now because we do have the Fisher transform crossing beneath the 0 line right here, and I don't see any indications that I should be entering. More than likely, price will pull back at this time to retest this point of control, as it has done once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. More than likely, I do expect to see the price moving down here to retest that point of control, most likely consolidate around it for a while, and then we'll go from there. That would also be a pullback down here in between our 786 and our 618 Fibonacci retracement, our common retrace zones, currently sitting on that 50% retracement right now. Yeah, I don't see a call signal for BSV right now. If BSV is able to get above... If BSV is able to get above... All right, so here we have our previous equilibrium block right here. It's a very tight equilibrium block. Dragonfly Doji. And that's going to be sitting at 0.027261. If we are able to get above that based on horizontal support and resistance, that would be a break above. And a break above this recent... a break above this kind of this high volume node territory right here. That would also probably conform with the Fisher transform crossing back above the 0 line right here. That will be a call signal for me. Again, we need confirmation, although this does appear to be forming something like a something like a hammer candle. Again, this ended up being a Dragonfly Doji. We actually have 5 hours and 26 minutes until this candle closes, so anything could happen. And it's looking fairly weak to me. Let's take a look at I don't know why volume's muted. Yeah, very low volume. Very low volume, which is not very indicative of bullish movement up. And the Fisher transform crossing underneath 0 right here would have been the indication to exit this trade that you should have been in from right here, or potentially right here when the Fisher bottoms above the 0 line and crosses above the 0 line right here. So yeah, more than likely I see this pulling back to test this point of control. So a full retracement back to 0.0232964 at this point in time. And we'll just go from there. Zooming out, looking at more market data, actually that point of control is sitting at 0.023543. So potentially looking at another 10% to the downside, and then we'll just wait and see. We'll reevaluate in price when price does reach that area. So we'll set an alert. We'll set an alert for that area, and we'll reevaluate at that point in time. But right now, this is not any position that I'd be interested in taking. We're going to look at Ethereum now. Crypto Kibos. But, I think you mean buy. 1 million Pundi X, and when 10 cents, you make 100,000, no more than 3 years old. Chris Knight, can somebody help me out? I think Cryptopia crashed. Well, did Cryptopia crash? Again, I don't trade on Cryptopia. Origin DNS error. Well, all you can do is be patient, man. Why does BSV have a dragon icon? Is that hinting at Chinese adoption? Well, it could be hinting at anything, D. I mean, marketing is a real thing. Oh, whoops. Why is that showing? Sorry, bro. Close that. Let's see here. Marketing is a real thing. Marketing is a real thing. So, yeah, it would not surprise me that they are trying to appeal or use a dragon. I think more than likely what's realistic is that Craig Wright views himself as animal spirit type, and that's kind of what he's going for. Let's see here. A question for all the non-pro traders on here. What would be the signal we should look for stop trading in and out and be ready for the major pullback to previous levels? Well, I mean, they're fairly simple, man. When, again, depending on what kind of trader you want to be, whether you want to be entering and exiting positions a lot, something like a day trader, whether you want to be looking for swing setups, you have to look at the state of the market right now. So the state of the market right now, over the last week has been very beneficial. And of course, every coin is a little different. But generally, I have found that lately, your short-term trades are working out better for you just because the market is so whipsawy right now, and a lot of people are just getting wrecked, man. You'd think that price is going up, so everybody's doing well. No, the reality of the situation is most people that I know that are trading, that are retail traders, they're getting absolutely hammered, man. Because when price goes down a little bit, they're like, oh, we need to go short. When price goes up a little bit, oh, we need to go long. It's just the mind of retail, man. So what is going to be the signal that we should look to stop trading in and out and be ready for the major pullback? Oh, so you're looking for like, okay, so so to stop trading in and out of, I assume you mean like BTC to USDT or USD and be ready for the major pullback to the previous level? For me right now, that would be, at the current point in time, I'm going to be out of my bullish trade most likely on an open and close below 39.55. I know that the point of control right here is showing 39.72, but for me it's 39.55. And a breakdown below this previous equilibrium block, probably around like 3,800. Although I know some people that are going to be taking this into like 36.80. So it's up to them, man. Obviously, you're gonna have strong confirmation for me if you're using the Fisher transform. If you drop down below the zero line right here, if you top below the zero line, if we get a significant crossover right here. But when the market's trending like it is right now, I don't really look at crossovers. I look for the Fisher to go above or below the zero line. It all depends on your trading strategy, man. Again, I trade with point of control, horizontal support and resistance, Fisher transforms, sometimes Ishimoku, sometimes exponential moving averages. It's not difficult for me to kind of like ambidextrously switch in and out and look for different setups with different metrics because I've been doing this so long. But I just stick to what I'm comfortable usually with. If you want the very simple answer, if price goes above 6,000, look to open up very long-term, very aggressive longs. And if price goes below 3,000, look to open up very aggressive, very long-term shorts. LPS Gasha and Vlogs. What does this tell me what this is? This is technical analysis. BA says, what do you think about order flow and footprint charts? They're fine. Not my speciality, man, but I know a lot of successful traders that do order flow analysis. Zero 100. Hey, what's going on? Brandon Murray wants me to look at Monero. If I have time, man, I'm sorry. I will take a look at it if I have time, but it's Christmas Eve. I do have my family and my kids out there waiting for me to come watch holiday movies with them all day. And they're like, Dad, just give it up with the Bitcoin thing, man. We know you're making money. Just come spend time with us. So I do need to do that for my family. Again, it is an American holiday, and I am unfortunately an American. Not unfortunately. I love my country, guys. Bitcoin Scammers Vision. How do you get your point of control line? It's a setting. I use point of control and developing point of control. Cryptopia is down. Please don't tell me exit scam on Cryptopia. Don't freak out, guys. No indications of that yet, but that is kind of one of the dangers that you deal with when you're trading on some of those small exchanges. This is why I stick to your BitMEXs, your Deribits. Again, I don't really trade on Deribit, but I think it's a fine exchange, and your Binance and your Coinbase Pro. That's what I stick to. Kraken. Kraken's cool as well, but I've never actually used Kraken myself. 0100 asks, can I explain how the Fisher works? Yeah, we actually just did a full webinar on this for the premium subscribers, for the members in the Kraken cryptocurrency trading group. We did like a 45-minute webinar on how to use the Fisher transform to trade and how it is calculated, but I'll simplify it. I'll make it very quick. You guys are familiar with a bell curve. Okay, a bell curve, 68% of all values in a bell curve, if you take any sample of data, 68% of all your data values, even if you plot them randomly, are going to fall within one standard deviation of your median or your mean, which is the middle of the bell curve. And then you have your outliers out at the tails, and you have very few outliers. That is called a normal or a Gaussian density function or a normal probability function. what the Fisher transform does, the Fisher transform is a technical indicator invented by John Ehlers, who is an electrical engineer back in the 70s. And what the Fisher does is it transforms the sine, because price moves in a sine wave. Price is calculated by RSI and stochastic, for example, in square wave theory, meaning that you're either going to be up or down. So unfortunately, with RSI and stochastic, you're going to get a lot of outliers. You're going to get a lot of overbought and oversold. Whereas with the Fisher transform, it calculates and converts, it transforms the sine wave data of price into a bell curve. So it converts what is a square wave, a sine wave, into a Gaussian normal density function or a normal probability. So it converts price into a bell curve. What this means is that you're going to get, basically it becomes a predictive indicator. So it's going to tell you where the wave is going with price. So when price crosses above your trigger line, that is an indication to buy. When price crosses below, and you only get one candle of lag, as opposed to the RSI or the stochastic, where you get multiple candles of lag. It's the best oscillator that I've ever come across. I don't use RSI. I don't use stochastic. I only use Fisher transform. Now sometimes I will marry the RSI with a momentum indicator like stochastic, but. Clayton Lane, hey, thanks so much for watching, man. I've got too many requests, brother. If you come in, I won't be doing a show tomorrow. Alex will. So if you guys tune in tomorrow at the same time, Alex should be doing the live stream tomorrow. But yeah, come in anytime, man. I'm here every morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon on the Eastern Seaboard. And if you get your requests in early, I'm happy to look at whatever you'd like me to. Hey, Mohammed. Merry Christmas to you, man. All right, so I do want to get through these last two requests with about 17 minutes left in the show. So Litecoin and Ethereum. And then I want to make an announcement and do the regular show ending. Okay, so Litecoin to the dollar on Mr. Finex. Okay, so Litecoin on the dollar on Finex, I don't see an indication to be out of the trade just yet. Next take profit target is at $41. You know, price holding up very nicely. Looking at candlestick pattern analysis here, we do have something like a tweezer top reversal here on weak volume. We had a nice bullish volume spike yesterday. So again, the volume is still quite nice for Litecoin. Unfortunately, we do see falling volume, honestly, on this movement back up. Still smoking, 762. Thanks so much for the sub on YouTube, man. Welcome to the community. We do see falling volume on this continued push up. This is not this typically does not work out tremendously well for the bulls. We are trading above the 12-hour point of control, which currently is sitting at around $32.14. We are also trading above our previous developing point of control at $33. So I could see a pullback at this point in time to test this previous point of control, this previous high volume node right here. Potentially even a pullback to test this point of control at $32. As long as we stay above the point of control, I'm still tentatively bullish on this particular trade. We do have a nice stab above this distribution order block right here. Again, this was I've charted out a full breakdown block right here because this is our high volume consolidation node. Could we move sideways here for a while? Yes. Not really bearish until we actually open and close candles below $32 here. Still tentatively optimistically bullish on this particular trade. Jake Rezio, hey, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube, man. Fisher transform is not giving us a confirmed cross under at this point in time, and we did bottom above the zero line right here at this point in time, so we would have had a strong indication to be in the trade from right here. And we are still trading above the zero line as well. So multiple times you could have been in this trade. Again, you do top, you are oversold here, according to the Fisher transform, although you do top below the zero line twice here, telling you that price is not exiting the downtrend yet. You do get your final crossover right here, so you can be tentatively entering in all these crossovers and cross unders. It will work out for you more often than it will not. But your strong call signal is right here when price actually trades above the zero line right here. And you also do break above this previous take profit level right here, this resistance level that I had charted out. And then really strong as price is above the zero line and above your local point of control. So as long as we're above those areas, as long as the Fisher transform is in my positive territory here above the zero line and bottoming above the zero line and also trading above the point of control. Hey, Kadota, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. Welcome to the community. As long as we're trading above those areas, then I remain tentatively bullish on Litecoin. Our next take profit target for me is $41. Above that, we do have a fairly nasty, significant resistance order block around $42 to $44. But yes, I could see a pullback at this point in time. Again, this is still kind of forming that same. This actually did form a damn near perfect cup and handle pattern. So as you can see right here, we did have a movement back up here to retest the point of to close above the point of control. And then where did we pull back? We pulled back right to that 382, in between that 236 and 382 Fibonacci retracement, formed that cup and handle pattern quite nicely. What that means is that we can now measure the neckline, which is going to be perfectly this point of control. What I love about volume profile is that it does a lot of the work for chart patterns for you guys. But we'll just take a conservative measurement from the actual candle body close up there to the peak. And that's going to be a 44% trade. So we do actually measure from the low here of the cup and handle, is how I do like to do things and be conservative. That is going to be a 44.60% measured move. So that is going to put us right up here at this previous point of control and high volume node at $43. So everything kind of, a lot of things pointing up to that area. Looking at our you know, like momentum oscillator here. We are still supposed to be in this trade. We are trading strongly above the point of control. Volume is falling off, so do be aware. You know, opening up a short hedge at this point in time would not be a terrible idea if you have multiple BitMEX accounts or if you're on Deribit. Chris Filer, hey, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. Welcome, man. So just be cautious, man. But yes, as long as we are trading above this this point of control, again, you should have been in this trade from these areas as well. But as long as you're trading above your point of control here, and you haven't broken down below, and you haven't broken down below the zero line, then you give the trade the benefit of the doubt. You let your winners run, man. So no reason to be out of this trade yet. Definitely not an area where I do want to enter. If you're looking at entering into Litecoin, you are definitely like banking on a retracement. Banking on a retracement, again, back here, your 236 fib is going to put you back at your previous point of control, around $33.90, $34. A more measured pullback, again, what is that going to be? Your 382 is going to put you back around $32. If you close below that, I stop looking at fib retracements and I just wait for confirmation to go long or go short again. Again, this is now going to act as support. This level at $27, that's going to be your next area of support if these supports break as well. So that's how I'm looking at Litecoin dollar right now, guys. Tentatively bullish on this, upward target of $41. Looking for a potential entry around $33, $32, and hedging risk if we do open and close candles below $32. Next potential area of support below that, 27 bucks. Close below that, I get pretty bearish. All right, looking at Mr. Ethereum. Ooh, look at that. Look at that big resistance there from Ethereum. Big short wick on the daily chart. Short's pretty low. Long's rising. Long's rising at the top of an uptrend, but they're not, you know, overbought or oversold or anything like that. I can't read your name. I'm sorry, man. But hi, everyone. Merry Christmas. So where do we go right now? 1 to 2 days, up or down? Again, if you rewind, I did like an hour almost of Bitcoin analysis, the first part of the show. So if you just rewind to that 10 minutes and you guys can review that. But I am tentatively bullish on the markets right now. Mayank Shukla, Bitcoin analysis, again, same thing. If you guys rewind to the first hour of the show, all I talk about is Bitcoin for about an hour. And Nano, please, if you have the time. BT Colin, I'm sorry, man. I don't think I'm going to have time to do Nano after I do an analysis here of Ethereum. I do want to thank you so much for the sub. Come back. I know that Alex is in a Nano trade, so if you come to the show tomorrow, again, should be the same time. Alex will be streaming tomorrow, though. He'll be able to take that up for you, and he'll be able to explain and describe his Nano trade. All right, so let's... All right, so let's take a gander here. All right, so Ethereum also have to be tentatively bullish on it as well. Where do we see resistance from? From our key June level right there. Not really an area where we would be expecting to not kind of wick up to. Again, very, very strong short reaction from Ethereum. Again, just a short wick, not overly concerned about it. Obviously, this was a fantastic trade if you were targeting this LVN, this low volume node territory above this HVN for a potential short entry. Excuse me, very risky, but very good counter trend trading strat. Jeez, excuse me, guys. Woo. Ben Crypto, I did ADA already. If you rewind a little bit, apologies for that, guys. Sometimes food does its thing. So yeah, kind of tentative rejection from that Kumo cloud area as well. So that all makes sense to me. We had plotted this out again the last time that I had talked about Ethereum. I had talked about potential entries here. I had talked about the potential breakout entry right here around this distribution area. We can now delete that Fibonacci retracement because that is no longer valid. And we did hit that upward target of $140, that blue line that denotes the target right there. Let's take a gander and see here. We do currently have our daily. Let's go to the 12-hour chart actually, guys. Yeah, we do have our 12-hour point of control down at $117. So we are expecting this area to now act as support. So let's actually delete that take profit line. And now we will modify this to become a supportive order block. On the 12-hour chart, we did edge-to-edge trade in the cloud. So yes, we are looking for a pullback as we are seeing right here. Although we do see the bulls trying to buy it up a little bit. We are expecting this, let's modify this just a little bit. We are expecting this area right here to now act as potential support. And actually does extend down. Actually does extend down up. Let's just keep it right there, where we actually have the HVNs. Yes, so we are expecting this area between 137 and 132 to act as support. That is a potential entry zone right there. If we do a Fibonacci retracement on this latest movement, that is going to be putting us right there at that 50% or that 618 Fibonacci retracement. Closing below that, I get a little tentative. Again, we have that Kijun and the Tenkan coming up right here, coming toward the bottom of the cloud. So as price continues to trend above here a little bit, we do expect those to move up precipitously. So anywhere in this area, again, your first initial point of entry would be here if you are looking for a pullback entry on hey, Pay to Bangla. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. What's my opinion on Bitfinex? I only use Binance and I'm hesitant on using other exchanges. I actually quite like Bitfinex. I think it's a wonderful exchange. Molia76 Molia, what's happening with Cryptopia? Anyone have some news? Nope, I don't trade on Cryptopia, although people have been in here talking about it. I did check it out. It is DNS down, so I don't have any information on you other than you're just going to have to wait and be patient, guys. All right, so 5 minutes left, and I do have to make time to do the announcements. So, all right, bro, or ma'am, sorry. So for Ethereum, you would be expecting this area to hold as potential support. The Fisher transform, again, you should have been in this trade as the Fisher transform crossed above the zero line down here. That would have had you in the trade around $91. Also closing above the point of control. That was the point of control at that point in time, opening and closing if you're waiting for confirmation. Then you also have a break above this this dominant trend line right here, which price bounced off twice, then broke down from. So you're looking for trend lines like this that are kind of 50%. You know, you kind of see this hourglass formation. That is a very powerful chart, trading chart structure that I do look for, where you do see breakdown, and then for that trend line to act as next as resistance later on. Although that is also congruent with that that high volume node. It's congruent with the point of control. It's congruent with your Tenkan-san on your Ichimoku. It's also congruent with your Fisher transform crossing of the zero line. So everything in the universe looking at you and telling you to be in that trade right there. And then you have the break above the Kijun, again, just multiple, and then you have the break into the Kumo and the edge-to-edge trade, guys. A lot of stuff pointing at this right now. We do have some very nice selling volume, although rising volume on the buying here. So very bullish optimism on Ethereum. Unlike that Cardano that I was looking at earlier, where price was falling off. This is actually bullish volume is actually rising. So I would expect this to be a retracement for a bullish reentry. How low can we go? Again, we are expecting these previous areas to act as support. That area around 137, 132. I would be out of the trade. We are getting a potential cross under right now on the Fisher transform, although we are bottoming above zero. And typically when that happens, I wait for the Fisher to actually cross under the zero line to tell me to be out of the trade, because that is a way that I do like to let my winners run. So I am bullishly optimistic on Ethereum right now. Looking at future take profit targets. Looking at $171 is going to be our next take profit target, guys. Getting above that, 167 could also potentially act as one if you want to be a little bit more conservative. Getting above that, we also have 188. And we also have, whoa, man, whoa, 193. Hindi Bitcoin, because I'm sorry, I can't read Hindi, man. But thank you so much for the sub on YouTube, man. Why does not Binance add direct deposit from banks? Because of regulation. They don't want to deal with the issue. All Cryptopia exit scammed. Get ready to short BTC. Maybe. So are we for pump or dump for BTC? You'd have to go back to my first hour of analysis. Again, I'm a trader, so I just look at the technicals, man. RJG says, I've been watching a new coin called BitGuild Plat. What hint of reason would make you want to trade on this new coin? Thanks for your input. Keep it up. Hey, thanks, man. I mean, I'd have to do some research into the coin, see who's behind it, see who's developing it. I'm generally not a pink slip picker. I'm not a penny stock picker. So I don't really get overly interested in low market cap coins. Just as a trader, you know, I'm not really looking to be a long-term investor in anything other than Bitcoin. Hey, Zamatalo. Hey, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch, man. Highly appreciated. I wonder why the Twitch alerts aren't popping up. Maybe they got, you know, disabled or something. They should be popping up on screen. Anyways, but thank you so much, man. Thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. So yeah, looking for these areas to hold as support for Ethereum. And again, as long as we're above that point of control and the Fisher is above zero, I remain tentatively optimistically bullish on this. Looking for a potential retracement back to that $137, $132 area. If that does break down, I'm cautious and waiting for a close below the Kijun and the Tenkan. Mia Palvin, hey, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I just changed my Streamlabs OBS. Somehow I had the alerts pulled down below, like viewing everything. So probably the audio was playing, but you guys couldn't see the alerts. So thank you so much, Namatalo. And everybody else that followed on Twitch today. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that's been supporting the stream. Let's check, actually. Yeah, a lot of support, man. Yeah, okay, so that's going to end the technical analysis for today, guys. It is time for the show to end. Let's get into the regular stuff. All right, guys, of course, we are here every morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon on the Eastern Seaboard, to do a full 2 hours of technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and to report and record our trades and tell you guys what positions we're taking and how we're doing in the markets as well. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who's been liking, following, subscribing, coming by the Discord. You guys are fantastic and awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me again this morning. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. I hope you have a fantastic holiday. I hope everything goes well for you and your family, and I hope that you are not getting stressed out by the markets. I hope that you are being profitable in your trades and that you are learning from the channel and that you are developing your own unique trade ideas, and that above all, you are practicing risk management and not getting carried away with some of the crap that you hear out there on crypto Twitter or on YouTube or on Twitch, and that you're just developing your own unique trade ideas and developing a strategy for you to obtain financial freedom. If you guys would like to support the show with no cost to yourself, we would highly appreciate it if you give that like button a touch. If you give us a subscribe or a follow on Twitch or YouTube, would obviously be highly appreciated. Okay, so now I see the issue. It's over here as well. I do have to move the alert box up here too. So thank you, whoever just subbed on YouTube. Highly appreciated. And I do see my issue. I do have to move the alerts for Twitch and YouTube up to the top, so they do actually show above everything. So thank you so much for that sub on YouTube. Highly appreciated. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you guys can head over to twitch.tv/cracking_crypto and give us an Amazon Prime subscription. Doesn't cost you anything. We get a few bucks, helps keep the lights on. We highly appreciate that, guys. Or just give us a follow, guys. All our socials are in the section down below. Again, probably the best thing for you to do is come join the Discord. No cost or obligation to you guys. Just the Discord is the trading community. You guys can see the free signals that we do post once to twice a week. You guys can see, and interact with all our chat, all our members, participate in the day trading voice chat. It's all there for you guys to use. Zabadino, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. If you guys would like to support the show in a more substantial way, guys, please head over to our merch section as well. Scott did work very hard on this. We do have some fantastic merch, guys. And I do want to tell you, man, check this out. I want you guys to behold this wonderful mug. This is the one that I purchased right here. The Cracking Crypto Hodl mug. Ever since I've been drinking my morning coffee out of this just magnificent beverage vessel, my morning coffee has tasted 90% better, and I have become seemingly, according to some, 85% more attractive to the opposite sex, guys. So if you want those results, guaranteed scientific proof, then you need to go get yourself a Cracking Crypto Hodl mug. Again, we got everything you guys could possibly want. If you guys want to support the stream, go check out the merch store. We do get a small kickback from the sale of the merch, and it helps keep the lights on here, guys. We appreciate it. If you would like to join the Cracking Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group, you will get access to the private Discord. You will get access to the VIP day trading voice chat. You will get access to the Members Lounge private chat room where you can talk with all the traders and analysts and subscribers to the Cracking Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. You get access to the private Signals channel, access to all our trade setups, charting, access to our webinar series where we go live privately with all the subscribers once a week for an hour to discuss trade strategy, trade setups, and to teach actual trading strategy, to teach you how to become a trader, to do what we do. You also get access to the resource library, which has cryptocurrency and trading courses, workbooks, webinars, PDFs, everything you guys could need for a strong resource. You guys also get access to premium curated news handpicked by Scott. So no more looking for the news that you need. That's all curated for you. Let's see. Yeah. That's what you get, man. Currently for the month of December, it is $80 a month. I think we are going to be doing a kind of a special probably for the first of the month. We've already kind of discounted prices 20% for the month of December. We'll probably be offering some kind of special lifetime package. I think is probably what we'll be doing. But I'll discuss with Scott how we're going to be doing that in the future. Again, I will not be here tomorrow. Alex will be on doing the live stream as well. So if you guys want to stop by and support Alex, again, he's one of the other traders for Cracking Cryptocurrency. He's going to be doing a fantastic show. Stop by and support him would be highly appreciated. Let's see here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, the Christmas giveaway. We are giving away $50 worth of Bitcoin for whoever has the most accurate prediction. Hey, Crypto Tigers, thank you so much for the sub on Twitch, or excuse me, for the follow on Twitch. Thank you so much, man. We are doing that $50 giveaway. Again, the predictions are closed because you had until the daily candle close of last night to put your prediction in. So we will be announcing that winner most likely tomorrow on the live stream. If Alex gets to it, if he doesn't, we will be announcing it when I come back on Wednesday. So until then, guys, you guys have been fantastic. As always, trade safely, trade smartly, keep your head about you, risk management, and we'll be back here tomorrow for the same time to analyze the markets, guys. This is Cracking Cryptocurrency. Keep it cracking.